Remember that dry rot down there? We're gonna fix that, and all I'm gonna use is a back saw and a plastic cheapo miter box. That whole set is less than $10. Now, can you do it a different way with a skill saw? Oh yeah, you can, and all that. But this is all I've got, and so I want you to see that if I can do it with this, you can do it too. Okay, I'll just get that kind of out of the way so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. Now, I wish I had my square with me, because I'd make a mark here. Now, I'm probably going to cut it up in here because I got my back saw. I don't want to mess up this wood. Hopefully I don't hit that. And over here I got a free range. So see, I could do it about there. That way I can use that. And so if I do mark it, it's going to be up underneath there, right? And then I'm going to saw it right there. But first off, I got to figure out what I have there for a straight line. So I'm just going to measure from the top down. You know, that should be square. Let's see, where was I going to go? You know, I could go there, but I'm gonna go down here. Okay, I'm gonna get a mark there. Let's see, 85 and almost 7/8. Then I can transfer that over here, 85 and 7/8. That's gonna get me a pretty straight line. Anything with a straight edge. Here's my putty knife. Joe Guyver it. Okay. There. Don't need a square after all. Well, I got a square somewhere in the car. Not sure exactly where. Make sure you can see that on the video. Man, it's getting dark. And I got to get going on this. I think you can see that. Yeah? Alright, I'm going to keep it right like that. Ha ha ha. You don't have to pay big bucks to have somebody else do it for you or anything. I got some material just like this, and it was 1x4. 1x4 meaning 3.5 inches wide. That's 4 inches. Usually they're off a little bit. That's called a 1x4 because here it's like 5/8 thick, and sometimes a 1x4 can be 3/4 thick. And the piece I got, see this? This is what I'm going to replace it with. And I got this at the store. It's already pre-primed. This side's rough and this side's smooth. Okay, so I'm going to use the smooth side out because this is smooth. I don't care what the back side is, right? So I'm going to put the rough side on the back. I had to buy like an 8-foot long piece here just to replace that. Sometimes you got to do stuff like that. You can save the rest for some other time. Now, if you're doing trim or something like that, you need a little small piece. Sometimes the hardware store will sell it by the foot. So you got to check that. Then you cut it yourself. Sometimes you have them cut it. Well, the piece I had, they only sold it 8-footers and 10-footers. Okay, so check that out. Might save you some money. All right, now I'm just gonna cut this. Get it started here. We try to make it as straight as I can up and down this way. Just do the best you can, you know? See, once I get down tight, maybe I don't have to go as far. I can look on the side here and see whether or not I'm going straight. You know, straight up and down at this angle. Now this saw blade is hitting there, so I can try to just go to there. You know, like that. I ate my Wheaties this morning. I want to try to miss this if I can, so I don't put a nice gouge in there. If I put a gouge in there just slightly, I can caulk that, because once I put this in, I'm going to caulk this joint there, and this is going to be repainted here. Okay, but I can put my tip in at an angle over here and try to come out so I stop exactly where it needs to be. Okay, there, not bad. Okay, now I can score this right down here because it's been caulked in. Score it. Oh, score it a couple times. Right. Okay, that feels good. Now I gotta score it over there because that edge has been caulked. Let's see here. Sure. Okay. Right there's been caulked there, see? I'm gonna kind of score that a couple times so when I pull this off, it doesn't rip this front edge off, possibly, you know? Just trying to be wise with that. We have to go down to there, you know? Okay. Yeah, that should come off. Okay. Whew. I'm getting kind of tired now. Now, I got just a flat putty knife, and this one's a stiff one. I carry two of them with me. Flexible one, you know, pretty springy like that, and then a thicker one. And this one, see how it's rounded off? I used to use that so much to scrape, but I just save it to bead on. You know, I wouldn't use this one. I could use this in a pinch, but I like to save this for when I do painting, you know, spackling and stuff like that. Okay, so I can just kind of do this here. I mean, if you had a chisel, you could use that too. So I'm just gonna kind of loosen this because, you know, this piece is nailed somewhere in there. I don't know exactly where, and so I'm gonna figure that out here, but I want to make sure it's gonna come off here first, you know, on the sides. Hitting something. I'm glad I didn't use my nice putty knife. I ought to put a little ding in that, and I couldn't use that for my spackling very well anymore, could I? Okay, so I can see I can feel there's a nail right there. Ooh, better be careful with the back side. I just hit that. Okay. Look at that. See, that's like wafer board or something. It's not even real wood trim. And that's why it ate up like that, because it's down here at the bottom. And it got wet. You know? Come on. Get this out of there. Ah. Ugh. Probably should have my gloves on, huh? Oh. See if I can use something else here. My crowbar. If I get that out, I can't use my hammer for that because it's right on the end. So I got some wire cutters. I just grab that and pull and use it that way, see? Okay. Now, remember, I only cut to there, so now I can use my saw a little bit more. worst case scenario, I can put my chisel up in there, score it deeper, or maybe I can just use my crummy putty knife, kind of use that. That's working. Maybe this will snap off. Like that. Okay. Trim that off. And the sheetrock knife. All these little tools I have, but they all always come in handy, you know? Wafer board trim. Can you see when that gets wet, that just expands like a sponge. I could cut that with my sheetrock knife. Don't do it too much. There's paper on here. Don't really want to cut that if I can help it. But you know, it wouldn't hurt much right there. When I cut my next piece, I'm going to caulk it in there and all that. Feels like there's a solid surface there, so I know anywhere in there I can put some finish nails or screws or anything like that, you know.